A story about good public speaking. There was once a shy college student named Liam who was terrified of public speaking. Every time he stood in front of a crowd, his hands shook, his voice cracked, and his mind went blank. But one day, Liam was chosen to speak at the Student Leadership Conference. It was a big event. Hundreds of people, professors, parents, friends, and worst of all, a microphone. He thought about saying no, but something inside him whispered, "You can do this." So he prepared. Every day for 3 weeks, Liam stood in front of a mirror and practiced. He recorded his voice. He timed his pauses. He even practiced speaking while walking, cooking, and brushing his teeth. He didn't memorize the whole speech, he memorized the message. He told himself, "Don't try to impress them, just try to connect with them." Finally, the big day came. Liam walked on stage. He looked at the crowd. His heart was racing. He grabbed the microphone, and suddenly it broke. There was silence. People looked around. The tech team ran to fix it. But Liam didn't panic. He smiled, stepped forward, and said in a loud voice, "Well, I guess this is life's way of saying, speak from the heart, not from the mic." The audience laughed. Then, without a mic, he spoke his truth. Loud, clear, and full of emotion. He shared how he once failed a class, felt like a loser, but found strength through kindness, learning, and helping others. He told a story, not a speech. People listened. They laughed. Some cried. When he finished, the room gave him a standing ovation. Afterwards, a professor came up and said, "Liam, that was one of the best talks I've ever heard. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real." Light bulb the lesson? Good public speaking is not about having perfect grammar or a powerful voice. It's about connection. It's about being authentic. It's about turning fear into fuel. And sometimes, even a broken mic can lead to a breakthrough. The stage that changed my life. An inspirational story about public speaking. I was the quiet one. In every classroom, every group, every meeting. There I was, sitting in the corner, silently praying no one would call my name. The very idea of public speaking made my heart race. My hands would sweat. My voice would vanish. Even reading a paragraph out loud felt like climbing a mountain barefoot. But everything changed on one unexpected day. Chapter 1. The announcement. It was the last semester of college, and our professor made an announcement. Each of you will give a 5-minute speech next month. Topic: your personal journey. The room groaned, panicked. I raised my hand and whispered, "Do we really have to?" The professor smiled. "Yes, because I believe everyone has a story worth sharing." I didn't believe him. Not yet. Chapter 2. The preparation. First, I thought of skipping class that day. But something inside me whispered, "Just try." So I began. I didn't search for fancy quotes. I didn't write a perfect script. Instead, I thought about my journey, my struggles, my failures, my dreams. Then I practiced. In front of the mirror. In the shower. Whispering on the bus. Speaking to my pillow like it was an audience. I messed up hundreds of times. I forgot lines. I laughed at myself. But every time I got a little better. Chapter 3. The day of the speech. The classroom felt like a battlefield. One by one, students gave their speeches. Some nervous, some confident, some funny. Then came my name. I stood up, legs shaking. I looked at the faces in front of me. My mouth was dry. My paper trembled in my hand. But then, I remembered my mirror. And I spoke. Not perfectly, not powerfully, but honestly. I talked about my fear of being invisible, of never being heard. I talked about how small words, like, "You can do it," had changed my life. When I finished, there was silence. Then, applause. Not the loud kind, but the kind that says, "We felt that." Chapter 4. The surprise. After class, a girl walked up to me and said, "Thank you. I feel exactly like you." I thought I was the only one. And that's when I learned, public speaking isn't about sounding perfect. It's about being real. Final message. That day didn't just change my grade. It changed me. I started volunteering to speak. I joined a local Toastmasters group. I even gave a TED-style talk 2 years later. Now, whenever someone says, "I'm scared of speaking," I smile and reply, "Good. That means your story matters. And someone out there needs to hear it." Public speaking isn't about being fearless. It's about being brave enough to speak while you're still afraid. It's not about perfect grammar, fancy vocabulary, or a polished voice. It's about connection, emotion, truth. It's about taking your story, no matter how ordinary it seems, and offering it to the world like a gift. Because someone, somewhere, needs to hear what only you can say. After that day, I stopped hiding. I started raising my hand. I spoke up in meetings. I shared my thoughts. I even helped others prepare their speeches. And slowly, my fear turned into excitement. My silence turned into strength. Now, whenever I speak, whether to a room of 5 or 500, I carry one simple message. Your voice matters. Your story matters. And the world is waiting for you to speak. So if you're scared of public speaking, that's okay. Start small. Speak in front of your mirror. Talk to your pet. Record yourself. Whisper if you have to. But don't give up. Because your words could inspire someone. Your story could heal someone. Your courage could awaken someone. And maybe, just maybe, it will change your life too.